Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Natalie, and I am the host today. And with me is our speaker, Ruben Verweyen. We will be having a Q&A session at the end of Ruben's presentation. So any questions you have, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We will also be sharing our 2023 Hubspot guide along with the recording of the webinar in case you would like to rewatch. So keep an eye out on your inboxes. Anyway, let's get ready to implement and optimize your Hubspot instance. I'm going to pass it on to Ruben now.
Yes, great. Thank you for the introduction, Natalie. I'm Ruben Verweyen. I'm responsible for business development within Engagement Factory, a Blend 360 company. I help companies with implementing HubSpot from the beginning to the end, but also companies who already are using HubSpot with seeing how they can unlock the full potential out of the tool, make sure that they are using all the right tools that are available within their license, but also how can you expand your license and really unlock the full potential out of it. Natalie also did the introduction. She is also responsible for this beautiful slide deck, so credits to her for that. And Radwan is behind the scenes making sure that everything runs smoothly. So thank you also, Radwan. We are going to start. The agenda for today, first I will do a little bit of an introduction about Engagement Factory, a Blend 360 company, who we are, what we do. Then we will move on to what is HubSpot. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper in where it started, what it's doing, where can it help you with, and then we are going to look at HubSpot. How does it look like? So we have some screenshots from the tool itself, so you really get that feeling, how it feels like, how it sees, what it can do, how easy it is to use. So that's point 3, what we are going to do. And 4, we are going to discuss some best practices for a HubSpot implementation. Best practices we have. So after that, we have a Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat during the webinar. We will use them at the end for the Q&A. So first introduction. We are Engagement Factory, a Blend 360 company. What we are is we are a company consisting of 450 employees. So here are some facts about the company. Where we are most proud of is the 76 NPS score, which is 3 times the industry average. And besides that, we have locations in the United States, in the Netherlands, in the Nordics, in the United Kingdom, South Africa, United Arab Emirates, and in India. We did about over 50 managed platforms. More than 100 marketing automation implementations. Some were HubSpot, some were Oracle, some were Salesforce. We did really a lot, and we have a lot of experience within that. And also more than 35 CRM implementations. Then also we are certified HubSpot partners. So we help companies with onboarding HubSpot, but also when they're using HubSpot, getting the most out of the tool. So we help them with reviewing their current portal, but also with the implementation, with process optimization, and really help them at every stage of their HubSpot journey. So for example, if you want to get started with HubSpot, we can put together with you which kind of license you need, what kind of processes you need to adopt, but also when you're using it, maybe there are some other hubs you can add in, which are very valuable to you, really help you during your whole HubSpot journey. We have different HubSpot certifications from Marketing Hub, Sales Hub, Service Hub, the CMS. Our experts can help you with everything. So that's a little bit about who we are and what we do. Then what is HubSpot? Well, HubSpot is a CRM platform with all the software integrations and resources you need to connect marketing, sales, content management, and customer service. Each product in the platform is powerful on its own, but the real magic happens when you use them together. It really is an all-in-one software platform, so you can have everything out of one platform. As it is already stated, the real magic happens when you use them together. So when you really are using all the different hubs. But for example, if you already have a current CRM or current marketing tooling, you can also add the HubSpot hubs really easily to your current tech stack. So that's HubSpot. And basically where HubSpot came from is they started as a marketing automation tooling, really a marketing tooling. But yeah, growth is no longer a funnel, it's a flywheel. And that is also the philosophy HubSpot adopted. So what it basically say is, the flywheel explains momentum you gain when you align your entire organization around delivering a remarkable customer experience. And what it basically does is a flywheel keeps spinning the more force you add to it. So the more force you add to it, it keeps spinning harder and harder. If you reduce the friction on the flywheel, it will also keep spinning harder. And that basically represents the growth in a company. If you look at the flywheel itself, you see three phases. You see attract, engage, and delight, which also represent marketing, sales, and service. Where attract is really focused on you have to attract leads, attract new people to your company, introduce yourself, make people familiar with you, what you stand for, what you do, and then engage them. So make sure that they become a customer, they get interested in your services. So that's more the sales process. And then delight them, really make sure that they are from customers to promoters, because they will help you get the flywheel spinning. So the delight phase is more from the service hub. In the middle is the CRM, because everything is logged in the CRM, and that's very important. So that is basically where HubSpot comes from and what the flywheel stands for. So we are moving to the HubSpot hubs. As I mentioned, you have the attract, engage, and delight, where it is marketing, sales, service, which also defines the different kind of hubs HubSpot offers. So HubSpot started with the marketing hub, which is really focused on everything you need to run a successful inbound marketing strategy that grows traffic, convert leads, and really shows the ROI of your marketing efforts. For example, email marketing, ads, social, everything that helps you with your marketing is covered in the marketing hub. Also with the marketing automation, which is built in the free, starter, professional, and enterprise. But that's something I want to talk later about. So that's a marketing hub. The sales hub really helps you with to boost your sales productivity, shorten the deal cycles, make your sales process more human. So for example, there's deal pipelines to really get that overview of your sales process. What deals are in the beginning phase, what deals are about to close, how much deals are in, who is responsible for the deals, who is the deal owner, to give you a really good overview of your sales process. Also, there's a tool which helps you to book meetings more easy. For example, they provide a meeting link which you can send to people who can book a meeting directly in your calendar. But there's also even quotes. You can make quotes in HubSpot, and even with e-signature, get them signed by your customer, which is really valuable and really speeds up that sales process. Now, the Service Hub is more focused on customer service, where it should make it very easy to connect customers, help them succeed, help them really turn promoters of your business. So that covers the whole ticketing process. A lot of people have questions, maybe have complaints, and in order to make sure that you answer those questions, reply to that complaints, you have a ticket pipeline where everything is structured. You really have an overview, as the same it is with the deal pipeline of all tickets are coming in. Even can make it go to the right responder. So that really is focused on servicing your clients. Also, which is good to know, is how what do people think of your service you offer. So also surveys like NPS is covered in the Service Hub. That's really also about service. Then CMS, content management software, flexible for marketers, powerful for developers, and gives your customers a personalized, secure experience. This is basically the website part of HubSpot. You can build your website in the HubSpot CMS, so everything is linked together. What a CMS is basically like WordPress, a content management system where you can build up your website. So that really is very useful for marketeers who aren't familiar with hard code or different other website systems. So it is really useful for marketers, but also for people who know more about the real code work. It is also a very usable CMS. Well, then we have the Operations Hub, which lets you sync and curate customer data and automate your business processes so your team stays aligned. You can adapt to the ever-changing needs of your customer. So this basically helps you with the cleaning of data and make sure that, for example, integrations are running smoothly. So these are the different HubSpot hubs. As I mentioned, there's also a free starter, professional and enterprise version of it, but that's something I come to later. Well, why should you need HubSpot, or why should you look at HubSpot? Common pain points we hear at Engagement Factory is that are the three most commonly heard complaints when we discuss why companies start using HubSpot, is that there's no alignment in teams. No one works together. For example, the marketing team is running campaigns in MailChimp. The sales is running the sales activities in an Excel sheet, which they can't even see in the team. But for marketing, they can't even see what sales is doing. Service is responding to questions that come in by a Outlook box, for example, or a Hotmail box. So there's really no alignment. No one knows what the other department is doing. So that is a real common pain point. Why you should look at HubSpot. Also, our data is a mess, and I don't know where to find what and which tool. As I explained, when you have siloed teams, you also have siloed data. For example, the example I gave earlier, when marketing is running campaigns in MailChimp, sales doesn't know what data there is stored in MailChimp. And nobody knows what sales is doing. Every account manager, for example, uses their own kind of CRM, CRM type. So it's basically every data is stored in other tools, and it doesn't help you with making decisions on a data-driven perspective. Also, our processes do not work, and certainly do not connect with each other. What it is when you are going to use a tool is that you also have to look at your processes. Is it running correctly? For example, do we even have a marketing process? What does it look like? Do we have a customer journey, for example? When we are doing sales, which phases did we do we have in our pipeline? So if you struggle with processes, or don't know that if marketing has a lead and they need to transfer to sales, it ends in the inbox of an account manager, and they never can find it. That's also an example that you see that the processes don't align, don't connect with each other. So that's also a very common pain point we hear when companies are looking to start using HubSpot. Well, what are the biggest challenges that come with that? That is, as I mentioned, silo departments, sales, marketing, and customer success teams work in isolation without proper collaboration or communication. There's a lack of data integration. Without a clear view of customer data, companies struggle to make informed decisions about revenue generation. It's what I mentioned earlier. If you don't know how many leads, for example, you have, don't know how many opportunities you have, it is very hard to make decisions about, okay, what are we going to do with our sales? What are we going to do with our marketing? So a lack of data integration is a very big challenge. The complexity of the tech stack, multiple tools and platforms for sales, marketing, customer success are used. It's difficult to manage and create gaps in data and analytics. As I mentioned, the whole MailChimp, marketing uses MailChimp, sales uses Excel, and customer service uses a Outlook or a Hotmail. That isn't very useful. So the tech stack complexity is one of a big challenge. You don't have consistent metrics also, because you don't have a single source of truth, because the data is stored in all different kind of tools. So departments use different metrics to measure success. This leads to conflicting priorities and lack of alignment towards a common revenue goal. And even the most biggest challenge is unhappy customers. Customers are forced to endure additional obstacles from marketing, sales, and service. There isn't a smooth process, and a customer is going to experience that, and you don't want unhappy customers. So that's definitely something to have a look at. Then what does HubSpot deliver? Well, as I stated previous, with challenges, you have something that you want to solve. So what does HubSpot deliver? HubSpot makes sure that you have aligned departments. There's a better team collaboration because team can see all the interactions with, for example, potential customers. Marketing uses emails, social posts, different kind of ads to target potential customers, to target leads. They're coming in, and for sales, it's very useful to see what kind of marketing touches, where they're, what is the lead interested in. For example, someone went on a website, looked information for HubSpot, signed up for the webinar. It's very useful for me as a business developer, or for example, for an account manager, to see where somebody is interested in, because you have a very a more better approach than knowing okay, I'm just going to ask in a general way. It's very useful to know the interactions for a salesperson, and also when everything is signed, the lead became a customer. It's good for service when they have complaints, when they have questions, to see what kind of products they are using, what kind of questions or conversations there were in the past. So that really is very useful. And with everything, all the data in the same tool, you really grow that single source of truth. It enables data-driven decision making by creating a singular data set to all departments, refer to leading meaningful action based on fruitful insights. Really, HubSpot really helps with that single source of truth, because every data is stored in one software package. Then it simplifies your tech stack. It's a consistent tech stack with great insights for each department, which will lead to more organized data and more streamlined processes. You never have to leave the HubSpot software if you are using it. For example, if I log into our HubSpot environment, I can go to the marketing, go to the service, go to sales, and see everything. So that's also I'm going to show you later. But it's really simple. Well, then you get more consistent metrics. So they provide a clear picture of the performance of different revenue generating functions, and this visibility helps in identifying gaps and opportunities for improvement. Then also a better customer experience. Correctly implemented all in one software leads to a focused team that delivers better, fast, and more efficient customer services. And happy customers is a higher customer retention, so very valuable. So now we are going to the part, what does HubSpot look like? As I mentioned, I'm going to show you some screenshots of the HubSpot environment, the HubSpot portal, and give you an explanation what it looks like. So this is a screenshot of our own HubSpot, portal. I made a contact card of myself. So what you already see is that there are three panels, which is on the left, the properties, in the middle, the activities, and on the right, the objects. But on the left side, you have the properties. And this is all kind of information linked to the contact. So for example, my name, my email address, my phone number, my job title, everything that is useful for you to know for somebody, you can use that in the properties. So if you have different kind of services you are rolling out, for example, if somebody is interested in HubSpot, I can make a property with interest in HubSpot or interest in marketing services, for example. So you can really edit it to the likes of your own company. So that is what the property section is about. You can customize every property, very useful. And then we are going to the objects. And the objects are basically, objects as it says, which are associated with, for example, the contact. So on the contact card, you will always see the association with a company. For example, I'm linked to a blend360.com email. HubSpot already makes a connection that I work or are are working with blend360. Also, associations that could be in the object part are deals, tickets, even some documents you shared with somebody, quotes, everything that's associated with the contact. Then in the middle, the activity feed, which shows every activity from beginning to now that there has been with the contact in this case. So, for example, you can see in the bottom, that somebody sent a mail to me. I filled in a form submission for a guide to data-driven marketing. Every activity that the contact in this case did on, for example, the website or with the marketing emails is shown in the activity feed, but also personal contact. So if I am for sales, I'm talking with Ruben in this case. I had a call with him. I can go to calls and log a call, which is really valuable because you will see what kind of interactions he did on the marketing and on the website part, but also on the sales part. What kind of meetings are there planned? What kind of conversations were there? What is the stage of the conversations? Is someone becoming a client or is someone just looking for information? It really helps you with the activity feed. So for example, this is a contact card. In HubSpot, you have contacts, companies, deals, tickets, and they all have the same view, which is very useful because you don't switch from views. Everything is the same, which is really convenient. You will always have the properties on the left, the activity in the middle, and the object on the right side. So for every kind of object, the view is the same. What also is really valuable is that you can go to another part by one click. For example, this is a contact card. It's from the CRM, and I can go immediately to marketing, where I can run my ads, run my email campaigns, go to the landing pages, edit them, run the socials, can schedule social posts, and I don't have to leave the HubSpot environment. So I don't have to switch to Facebook to set up an ad for something we are going to do. I don't have to switch from Facebook to LinkedIn for the same event we are going to do to make an ad. For that, it's really it's possible from one environment, which is also for sales. If I fixed all the social posts, I scheduled some posts, and I want to go to the sales hub where I need to see what kind of deals they are running, what kind of quotes there are, what kind of tasks are scheduled in. I can easily go to sales, and it's also for for service. Also on the side of service, on the right side, you can see automation. There you have access to sequences, to workflows. So you really have everything in one tool. If you're reporting, if you go to the reports page, you can have different kind of reports, but also dashboards, which show you your marketing efforts, your sales efforts. And that shows how really easy it is to use, that it's very useful to have everything in one system because you don't have to leave it. That's that. Then the HubSpot implementation, where to start? Switching from software is always a very big thing in a company because there is something going to change. Well, how do you start? We do it in 4 phases. You have phase 1, that's audit. Phase 2, that's define and align. Phase 3, that's build, onboard, and train. And phase 4, that's activate and optimize. And in the first phase, you are really going to look at yourself, at your company, at your processes. For example, you have to question yourself, okay, what kind of processes do we have now? For marketing, for sales, for service, for operations, what tools are we using in our current tech stack? Are we even using tools? But also, what are our goals? What do we want to achieve this year? If you, for example, want to grow by an amount of sales, you have to know how many leads you have to get in. So it is really important to look at your goals when you start with a HubSpot implementation, or start with the orientation for a software tool. But also, what are our challenges? Because when you experience that your sales process isn't running smoothly, it is really valuable to start looking at the sales process itself and start looking at tools how you can improve the sales process. So is there anything that can slow us down or stop us as we try to achieve our goals? Also, it's very good to ask yourself, what if you don't achieve our goals? What does it mean for me? What does it mean for the company? But also, what if you achieve our goals? Maybe there's a nice bonus, there's a nice vacation you are going with the company. It's all really valuable to know. So if you prepare to scale, if you start with the orientation, it's really good that you are going to audit, and it is something you can start with by yourself, but also we can help with that. For example, we can start with the discovery, really set that the goals and challenges beside each other, and the needs. So the audit is a very useful part. Then you want to define and align. You want to know where you are going. You know what you have now, you know your goals, you know your challenges, but then it's time to define and align where you want to go and how you are going to do that. So that's, for example, questions you can have here is, have we set up a service level agreement between the service provider and the customer, as well between our own departments, to ensure alignment? Service level agreement is basically, for example, marketing delivers 10 leads a week to sales, and sales follows up every lead within 30 minutes. Basically, some kind of agreements between the departments internally, but you can also do that with your customer. For example, after a few months, you will have to see a 20% increase in tool usage, for example, when you look at a software implementation. But also, have we mapped out our current tech stack? Basically, also what you have looked at in the beginning, but also it's something that you have to look for the future. Map out your future tech stack. Do you know what you want to start using? Also really important that you map out the processes you have. If you don't have a service process, you don't need a service tool. So it is really important to align your tools also with your processes. So also questions, we did the have we, but also what are our current marketing, sales, and service processes? How can we optimize them for scaling? And also, what are key performance indicators we should be tracking to measure our HubSpot implementation success? You want to know if your implementation was successful, and the KPIs can help you with getting insights in that. Then the last one, what process and procedures do we need to implement to support our HubSpot strategy at scale? Really valuable to have a look at what do we have to do to start implementing HubSpot. Then also some more questions. How will we ensure that our team is properly trained and equipped to execute our HubSpot implementation? How can we ensure alignment and collaboration across sales, marketing, customer teams? And how will we measure the effectiveness of our HubSpot implementation? Also good questions to ask yourself. This is also something, for example, HubSpot or a HubSpot partner can help you with. So that's also something we are going to discuss in the next one, which is built on board train. For example, phase 1, phase 2, often HubSpot or a HubSpot partner like we are already involved, because you are going to have a look at what you want to achieve in the future. And it's very useful to start doing that with HubSpot itself or with a partner from the beginning, because they have the best practices. They know how these processes work. So that's really the thing to ask yourself. Do it with yourself or with a partner, You can implement Hubspot yourself. It is possible to do it. You can buy the license from Hubspot directly, which I have to say, there is always a standard onboarding from a pro license. And that's a onboarding that is delivered by Hubspot itself. And yeah, you can do a lot yourself, but you can also implement Hubspot with a partner, which is something that we recommend, because the benefits of using a solutions partner is they don't need to reinvent the wheel. Partner did a lot of onboardings. They know how an onboarding works. So that is really a benefit of using a partner. Also, a partner knows how the tool works and knows the best practices. And it is often better to engage an external party because they can look at the situation independently and objectively. You don't see your own faults. So if you are going to implement HubSpot yourself, you have a very big chance that you are going to start using the same complications you already are doing. So it's really useful to have someone look at the situation from another perspective. Then it's time to focus on which HubSpot hubs do you need. As I mentioned, there are 5 hubs: marketing, sales, service, CMS, and operations, which also come with a free starter, professional, and enterprise type. For example, a good thing to look at is when you want to start using automation, you will have to look at least a professional license. What really is great about HubSpot is that you can select your own license. So if you want to use the marketing hub, you can select that. Don't need sales hub, it's okay. Don't select it. Maybe you find it useful to have some service, but you don't want to go all in. So you can start with a starter and really build your own license to your own needs and own likes. Also good to say, it isn't locked for the future. You can always switch from hubs. If you want to start with the professional, for example, to try HubSpot and move to enterprise, for example, 6 months later or a year later or 2 years later, it doesn't matter. You can always edit the hubs that you need at that moment and like at that moment. So then, you have to activate and optimize part. It's phase 4, which is basically, you have the flywheel, everything is running, and now you really are going to optimize it. With what we see at a lot of implementations, not for HubSpot, but for example, with other software, is that it takes very long to start using, for example, a CRM or start marketing automations. For example, 63 of the marketing automation projects fail or deliver sub-results. So that isn't something you want. It's a common pain point with big implementations. And why we like HubSpot is that it is very easy to use. You don't need a year to onboard HubSpot and start using it. You can start using it within a month, within 3 months. It is very user-friendly. The process doesn't take that long. It is really scalable. So it shows really value fast to the customer. So that's why we are a fan of it. And the activate and optimize part is really important. So for example, when you did this, you are already using HubSpot. It is always good to put energy in phase 4. And I think phase 4 is it's never ending. It's always something you have to look at. So that's basically there are parts that you have to look at. And then also in phase 4, you really are going to align marketing and sales ambitions, which is the core of a HubSpot implementation. You really need to make sure that marketing and sales are working together instead of working beside each other. Then we have some case studies. This is our own case study. We are a HubSpot partner, but we are also a very big fan of HubSpot. We started using HubSpot, I believe 1.5 years ago, and we now we are using everything from marketing to sales to service to the operations hub to the HubSpot CMS. For example, if you go to Engagement Factory, our website, you can see that it's built in the HubSpot CMS. So yeah, what we did is we had a challenge with data migrations. So the maintenance of data integrity and avoiding loss of information, were really big concerns. Also, website integration, migration to HubSpot. Every form, every landing page, every call to action had to be recreated in HubSpot. Then there's also the most common challenge, alignment of sales and marketing. The migration was seen as a perfect opportunity to review our RevOps strategy, our HubSpot strategy with revenue operations. It is about every part of the company that's involved with revenue. You want to make sure that the process is aligned. So you want to make sure that marketing and sales are aligned. Then the onboarding, an internal guideline detailing the process of working within the instance is required to maintain integrity project and ensure scalability during onboarding. So the onboarding was also a big challenge. Well, what were the results? Improved functionality, HubSpot offered better functionality and ease of use, which helped the marketing team create the launch campaigns more quickly. It increased the lead generation, so more leads were coming in. The process improved. The marketing team was able to generate higher quality leads that they were more likely to convert to customer than they did before. And also there was, as a result, a closer alignment between sales and marketing. The realignment of the sales and marketing teams helped create a more efficient lead management process. And the teams were able to really work together more effectively. Well, how did the approach look like? We started with the data migration. That's basically something we always do first. So we created a detailed plan for the migration of data from the old system to HubSpot. So first we extracted all the data from the old system, mapped it to the HubSpot fields, and then the data was imported into HubSpot by a bulk import. Then we did the website integration. We needed to recreate all the forms, pages, call to actions in the new website. And after that, it was time to realign sales and marketing. So training sessions for both sales and marketing teams were conducted. So we agreed to set up a lead scoring system to ensure transparency between both teams, which helped create a close alignment between those teams. So the conclusion, migration from the old system to HubSpot was a big success. We were able to improve our marketing automation and lead generation process. Marketing also helped create a close alignment between sales and marketing teams. And our main takeaway and advice is that our people played a critical role in ensuring a smooth migration, and we ensured the continuous necessary training and support to both teams. So this is, for example, our own situation. We use HubSpot. We are a fan of it, but we also want to show that we don't use it ourselves, but we also help companies. And what we did is we helped one of the biggest theater production companies in the Netherlands onboard HubSpot. They required help with the social media tool because the current one stopped working. I believe it was in the beginning of the month they were told, hey, at the end of the month, you can't use our social scheduling tool anymore because we are going to stop. So that was a really big challenge. And we helped them onboard into HubSpot. Within 6 months, they already expanded their license and wanted to unlock the full potential of HubSpot. Some challenges. For example, I already mentioned the social media one was a big one. They need an alternative as soon as possible. But also when we started discovering, so really that phase one, we also saw that ticketing was something they didn't have. The example I gave, that questions were coming into a Outlook inbox. That was also the case with this client. So tickets were being received, but a more structured process of receiving was required. There also wasn't a deal pipeline. It was contained in the HubSpot instance. Training was needed to have the full utilization of the tool. They did have a deal pipeline, but it was never like a big priority. Also, when we were exploring, even the term marketing email was mentioned. They were already using a good marketing email tool, but when you could have everything in one system, it's better. So that's also something what was a challenge, and that's something we are looking at. The results: improved functionality. HubSpot offered better functionality and ease of use which helped the marketing team create the launch campaigns more quickly. It increased the lead generation. The lead generation improved. Marketing teams were able to generate high quality leads, and also all users from the different user groups were very satisfied with the tool. That was really the feedback we got from the client. They were really satisfied with how easy to use HubSpot was. They felt it met their needs, added value, were eager to expand the license for improved tooling. So they started using with professional, and now they are even using enterprise. What we did a discovery in the beginning. So we initiated a workshop to better understand the company's current processes, the team, the technology, the data, the objectives, so the goals and the challenges. And after this discovery, we had really an overview of where they are and where they want to go. This was also really important, so we could give them a really customized onboarding that fit their needs. So that's why in the second part we did a demo to really show the value of HubSpot. We showcased a demo with their IT and marketing team to ensure everyone was involved, every stakeholder. We did a full portal demo to show what HubSpot was capable of, what we discussed that met their needs for an all-in-one software to replace their previous tech stack. Then we helped them with, we guided them in selecting the best license for their needs, because HubSpot, what I told, allows you to start building your own license. And after the operations, we did an onboarding where we helped them with a customized process. Together with them, we onboarded the different components with the hubs on a priority basis. For example, the social media tool was prior one. It really, it stopped. So they really needed to have a new tool as soon as possible. For example, the tickets was also something we wanted to start early with. But for example, the marketing was not directly necessary. So that was later in the onboarding process. And for expansion of the onboarding and start with integration, they were extremely satisfied with HubSpot, which resulted in an expansion of both the license and the partnership to get more out of HubSpot. And also, they are using different kind of tools. There have to be integrations with the other tools. So we are really going to build a great tech stack. So this is the case study we did recently. For now it's time for the Q&A. I think Natalie is coming back in.
Yes, I am. Oh, thank you so much for all that, Ruben. It was really, really insightful. I did just drop a link to one of our recent blog posts just regarding one of our best practices that Ruben covered for phase 3 onboarding. And I just think it does really complement what Ruben said there about having a partner and how we can really, really just help you out. So do go give it a read if you have the time. But for now, let's go through these questions. These were just submitted beforehand, but if you guys do have any more, please just drop them in the chat and we will be happy to answer. So question number 1, how can I effectively integrate HubSpot with our existing marketing and sales system to ensure a seamless transition and maximize the benefits?
Yes, that's something that, for example, we can help you with if you already are using, for example, Salesforce as a CRM, as a sales tool. We can help you add, for example, the HubSpot Marketing Hub to it. We have integrations. There's a standard integration, so that is very useful. So actively integrate HubSpot with your existing marketing and sales systems. It is really valuable to look at what you have. If you go, for example, to the HubSpot Marketplace, there are a lot of standard integrations. So, for example, HubSpot Salesforce is a standard integration which can really help you effectively integrate HubSpot with your existing marketing tool or sales tool. And also, you can always go to a partner which can help you build, for example, an integration. So, the two kind of software started talking to each other, and you have data from one going to the other.
Brilliant. Okay, question number 2. Are there any specific features or tools within HubSpot that you believe are often underutilized, but can greatly enhance a company's marketing and sales efforts?
Yeah, good one. marketing automation really is a big one, but this marketing automation is a build up from, for example, socials, marketing email. And I think when you have your content right and you have a good strategy, that really can help you enhance your marketing efforts. So even as simple as a email marketing tool where you can easily set up newsletters, it is, I think, utilized for sales. I think a deal pipeline is very useful. I think a lot of people say, well, we don't need one, but this, for a good overview, it is really helpful to have, for example, deal pipeline in your sales process.
Awesome. Then last question. How does HubSpot handle data privacy and security? Are there any specific measures or certifications in place to ensure the protection of customer data?
Yeah, good one. HubSpot. I know HubSpot has two data centers, for example, the US and the European one. That is something they help with the data privacy. They have a good GDPR in the software, and also if you want to know more for the what HubSpot really does on privacy and security, there's a HubSpot page that's called legal stuff. It is shown on the HubSpot website. When you Google it, you can go to the page. So if you Google HubSpot legal stuff, you can really find out how HubSpot handles data privacy and security. They are always updating their security, so that's a big priority for HubSpot.
Brilliant. I'll also paste that link in the chat. But I'm not really seeing any other questions, and I know we have gone over time a little bit. Really sorry about that, guys, but thank you for sticking around. So I think if there's no more questions, we're going to sign off. So just a reminder, feel free to contact Ruben to set up a call if you are interested in seeing a full-on demo. We will also be sending out the HubSpot guide, which you can see in the presentation there. It's really cool, so have a look for it. Otherwise, we'll catch you in the next one. Have an awesome day further. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.